Hello everyone, I am Avanti Gupta from IIPS DAVV. Today we'll be discussing the topic interviewing. So we are going to learn about the purpose of interviewing, what does interviewing means, strengths, weaknesses and its limitations, inputs and related ideas, and preparing for the interview. So, what is interview? A interview is a face-to-face meeting between two or more people in which one person obtains information from another by asking questions. What is the purpose of interview? During the problem definition, feasibility study, and analysis stages, interviewing is one of the analyst's most important sources of information about the present system and user's requirement. The purpose of this brief introduction is to provide some suggestions for planning and conducting an interview. Strengths, weaknesses, and limitations. Strengths. Written documentation often provides a one dimensional view of the problem. Interviews, in contrast, give the analyst the opportunity to sit down face to face with the affected people, investigate their opinions, feelings, and goals, as well as the facts, observe non verbal behavior, and probe for additional feedback. An interview can serve as an effective entry point to the problem definition and analysis stages, identifying relevant personal and specific topics that must be investigated in more depth. Interviews are excellent tools for achieving user involvement in the system development process and for verifying information collected using other tools. Moving forward, the weaknesses. Interviewing is time consuming and costly. Its effectiveness is a function of the interviewer's skill. Not all subjects are comfortable being interviewed, and many people react negatively or defensively to an interviewer's questions. Its limitations. Interviewing is not particularly effective for uncovering technical or operational details. Inputs and related ideas. Interviews can be used in virtually any stage of the system development lifecycle. Interviewing is often one of the first tasks performed during the information gathering and problem definition stage. Interviews are often performed as part of conducting a survey. Preparing for the interview. Effective interviewing requires careful preparation. Study the user's environment, identify the people responsible for the problem area, study the organization chart, and learn what those people do. Familiarize yourself with the available reports, documents, and procedures. Note unanswered questions, missing pieces, and ambiguities, and develop a specific set of objectives for the interview. Given a set of objectives, the next step is to select the person to be interviewed. The organization chart is a good starting point. Interview the responsible manager first, get an overview of the problem, request the names of the people who know the details, and request permission to interview them. So, first we have scheduling the interview. Interviews should be scheduled. Do not just simply drop in unannounced and accept cooperation. Remember that you are the one who needs information and that you are asking another person to give up his or her time to help you achieve your goals. So, you must be willing to meet the subject's convenience. Also, limit the length of the interview to not more than an hour. Half an hour is better. Before you meet the subject, prepare a list of questions you hope to answer. The purpose of the list is to help you remember your objectives and to help you prevent the interviewee from dragging the interview off topic. Interviewees will take about the details of their jobs and it is easy to become distracted. The next we have the interview itself. A well conducted interview has four parts: an opening, a body, a closing, and a follow up. The opening. Be on time. If you know you are going to be late, call and give the subject the option to reschedule. The point of the opening is to establish rapport and to encourage the subject to respond freely. Identify yourself, the topic to be discussed, and the purpose of the interview, and how long you expect the interview to last. Tell the subject why he or she was selected for the interview. Where appropriate, identify the manager or managers who authorized the interview. In an attempt to establish a relaxed atmosphere, many good interviewers begin with a period of small talk. While this technique can be effective, it can also backfire. Avoid wasting the subject's time. When in doubt, get to the point. The body. You are conducting the interview, so you are responsible for getting things going. Have your first question prepared. Many interviewers like to start with an open ended question, such as, when I read the documentation for this system, I had some trouble with something. Can you explain it to me? Consider asking the subject how is or her job relates to the project. Another good opener is to ask the subject to walk you through some process or to explain how he or she uses the data and report. Listen to the answer. A good technique is to say something like, let me see if I understand what you are saying, and then offer a brief summary. If you are wrong, then subject will probably tell you. If you can paraphrase correctly, you establish the communication is taking place. Check your list of questions occasionally. As the subject responds to an open ended question, he or she will answer some of them before they are asked. Not all interviewers are comfortable with open ended questions, however, and the interviewee might be nervous or even hostile. In such cases, it might to be better to start with close ended questions that can be answered with a few words. The answers to those questions in turn might suggest more open follow up questions. Unless you have an incredible memory, takes notes. One suggestion is to leave space for notes on your list of questions or your interview outline. Do not take dictation. However, when you try to write down every word, you miss the speaker's meaning and you cannot ask probing follow-up questions if your attention is focused on a piece of paper. Be honest with yourself. If you feel compelled to take dictation, request permission to tape the interview or bring a secretary with you. The closing. Pay attention to the time. If the interview runs longer than expected, ask permission to continue and offer to reschedule a follow up interview. When you have the information you need, ask if there is anything you missed. At this point, let the subject take the lead. When the interview ends, thank the subject for cooperating and offer to make your written summary available for review. If you anticipate a follow up or subsequent interview, say so. Some interviewers like to wind down with a brief period of casual conversation. If you feel comfortable with the approach, use it. Do not force it though. Remember, avoid wasting the subject's time. The follow up. As soon as possible after the interview, describe your notes. Ideally, they should identify key points. Use your memory to fill in the details. Don't wait too long, you might forget something important. If you recorded the interview, listen to the tape and compile a set of effective notes or selective notes. If appropriate, prepare a transcript. Type the summary, identify the person, the date, the place, and the primary topic. Offer to share your summary with the subject. It is good public relations and it provide an excellent summary with the subject. It is good public relations and errors. Also, the subject might add something you forgot. One or more follow up interviews might be necessary. Consider using emails or the telephone to ask a question or two. If you need more than 5 minutes, schedule an appointment. Thank you.